right, guys, Dominick Izzo, the Bull of MLM Network Marketing Warfare Podcast. And again, one of my biggest goals is to be part of the solution, not part of the problem. And I know that network marketing has a ton of issues in there. And I'm going to admit, it's always my delivery that makes me come across like an ass. And a lot of people are turned off with my delivery off the bat. But I will say this too. You know, hopefully some people can get past that. Debates. I want to debate people, especially in this industry. And I've reached out to a lot of people. Everyone has declined except for one. We're going to talk about that for a second. That being said, too, I've debated a ton of people who differ from me in all sorts of aspects. You can go Google Dominick Izzo and Cenk Uygur, I think I said pronounced his name, from the Young Turks. I went on his network, debated him about law enforcement tactics. Raging liberal, raging conservative, and at the end, we agreed. I've debated Dr. Rashad Ritchie on law enforcement, racism, class act guy behind the scenes. I disagree with his political views, but I like them both, right? I've been on documentaries. If you watch the Vice News QAnon documentary, you'll see that they interviewed me for 2 hours and streamlined, edited 5 minutes worth of footage to make me look how they wanted. So when I debate somebody, I want a footage that's going to be raw and unedited, and that's my stipulation, right? Live. And I welcome people to come on my format because, too, my view is if I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about, people need to wind up either correcting me or giving the people that I work with or who want to work with me an opportunity to say, I don't want to, no, Izzo looks bad. I want to go and get away from him. So for everyone who's doing content on me, I really appreciate that. But discernment is a huge aspect. So far to date with the network marketing industry, the anti-MLM, the things that we agree on are the shysters, the manipulation, the false claims, the sensationalism, the motivation versus discipline and training tactics. There's a lot of issues I agree with them on, but everybody who's doing anti-MLM work, they all come back down to how they feel about the industry, right? I've yet to see anybody, and that includes, I can't remember his name. I'll have to find, I did this. I extended an invitation. I want to get this right off the bat because let's see, the only way I found to contact him was on Twitter. I extended an invitation to, at Pyramid Alert, Robert Fitzpatrick. I'd love a conversation with him to come on as well, too, because if I don't have the answer, I want somebody to correct me. But so far, I just don't see what I like about the misrepresentation of the industry. I'm going to show an exchange because apparently it's not going to happen right now. But someone in the comment section the other day in one of my videos said, check out CC Suarez. And I said, on it. So in her timeline, CC or Chelsea Suarez over on her Instagram account put, I heard you're looking for me. In a tag me, and I said, come on anytime. This is the exchange that was very professional. I have nothing bad to say about this woman personally because she's never said anything bad about me. And incidentally, I do fight fucking dirty, but that means if somebody's going to attack me first, right? I don't give a shit about who you are, what your status is. If you got it coming, you got it coming. It's just how I am. This was an exchange between CC Suarez and myself, and I'm going to have her own words explain why there won't be a debate, and you can make up your mind about why the debate's not going to happen. This is a great message. She reached out to me and said, I will discuss with my manager. That's what she said when I asked, come on anytime. She responded back with, would you be opening to coming onto my channel for me to interview you? My schedule's pretty packed for the rest of this month. This was just 2 days ago. But I had already planned on doing a video about you. However, as a follow-up to that video, I think it could potentially be great if you came on for an interview, especially since I seem to be one of the only anti-scam MLM commentary creators with a decade of inside sales experience. To my knowledge, I have to say this, and this was a criticism. It was pointed out to me that Chelsea had said that she's been with several network marketing companies and she's quit all within a 72-hour period. So again, I don't know her background. That's why I would love to have this conversation. In her words, and I wasn't able to find this clip, she had stated that she's not, she doesn't have experience longer than 72 hours. Of course, I would provide an appearance release that you would need to be signed and returned along with an outline of talking points and questions so that you would be able to prepare. I always do everything off the cuff. I don't ever like to prepare for interviews because my view is please don't ever give me the questions ahead of time. If I can't answer on the spot, then I'm full of shit. So if you do want to have a discussion with me or debate me, don't give me questions ahead of time ever. After watching some of your content, I don't think that you would be a need for a moderator. I said absolutely. My stipulation was live format or unedited. Anything that would be edited, I will not be a part of. She said, I'll get back to you. So today I got, good afternoon, Dominic. After discussing with my team, we've decided against having you on my channel in an unedited format. We would need to be able to edit out dead air to ensure that we're able to censor offensive language. Have a good day. When I go on other people's stuff, my language doesn't go that way unless it's their language, the way they talk. I am a professional. I've been on debate stages. I've been in interviews, documentaries. So language is never going to be an issue. But this is her words, and I wanted to let her voice her own words of what she said about why I'm not going to be on her content.
Y'all. So yes, I'm still in my huggle, and it is the best thing in the world. But I wanted to give you an update or just let you know that I did reach out to Dominick Izzo. So if you don't know who he is like a multi-level marketing person, basically. I know that doesn't narrow it down, but
for those who don't know, I'm a retired police officer, former Cook County candidate for sheriff in 2018. I'm a published author. I wrote the book, Before the Badge, Everything You Need to Know Before You Become a Cop. I've been in several documentaries. I'm a news liaison when it comes down to law enforcement. I'm a public speaker, radio show host, now podcaster, cigar entrepreneur, former gym owner, martial arts expert. I do teach martial arts. I'm world known for Wing Chun Kung Fu. In the fitness industry, very, very, very minutely, and a bunch of other things that I do. Continue.
But he does have 2 YouTube channels from what I have seen. He might have more, but one that is focused on multi-level marketing, like doesn't really have a lot of followers, not follower shaming, just giving you a rundown here. And then the other one has a pretty large following, above, I think it's like over 200,000 or something like that subscribers, which is wonderful. That's great. He doesn't really focus on like marketing over there from what I could see. However, he did have a few interactions with some other creators who do this type of commentary. And
remember, I was brought into this by Julie Joe. Julie Joe brought up my content, did a review on it, immediately personally attacked me, and 100% I attacked her back. It's just the door is open. So yes, anybody who I wind up getting personal with, I always leave my content up. So sometimes I do delete it. Like there were the last couple of days I did delete because they were even for me a little bit out there, but I said them. I did tell a woman that she's prostituting her child. I did say that. I didn't call Julie Joe a fat cunt. She read a post I put up and assumed it was about her, but I would, if the shoe fit, I would call somebody that. So I'm not somebody who's going to be like, I would never call somebody that. Yeah, I would. Yeah, I fucking would. So I'm sorry. But that's, if somebody wants to play dirty, I will get in the shit. It's just how I am.
One of them in particular being Jessica Hickson. And there were some crazy things said, which I do not agree with.
Don't forget, Jessica Hickson started with me first. Just saying, it's not really is what it is, but I'm going to defend myself on that one.
Obviously love Jessica. And so I reached out to him and was like, hey, would you be interested in coming on to my channel and, doing an interview with you and all that? And he said, absolutely. But here's the thing. His one stipulation was doing it in like a live stream or a like unedited. And I wouldn't want to do that. And it's not because like, I want to make him look bad. Like, no, why would I do that? I wouldn't do that. I mean, I would even send him like the unedited version of it, but I need to be able to take out the dead air. I need to be able to protect my platform and my people and my audience and ensure that I'm able to like censor certain things.
I do believe that it's up to an audience. It's her prerogative, but I think it's an audience point of view to be able to determine what they can take and they can't take. Not to mention the fact I'm in radio, I'm in broadcasting, dead air is really never an issue with me.
If, someone is going to say offensive things or, certain types of language, and I need to be able to protect that because, as y'all know, I've been trying really hard to especially on my YouTube channel, like censor profanity, like really not use it. And I have my editor like censor everything out. So yeah, and also live stream. So live streams just like don't perform as well. One thing I do think is interesting is, first and foremost, he was like professional and like wasn't rude to me or anything in DM. So I told him I appreciated that.
Because you were extremely professional to begin with. So I match your energy. I have a ton of respect for the way she approached me. It was professional. I liked it.
But then I got a DM from someone who in their bio.
This person is not associated to me whatsoever. She doesn't include this till later on. But I do not have anybody who works for me. I run all of my YouTube channels, all of my podcasts, all of my businesses. I do not have a staff whatsoever. No one represents me.
It says that they are the producer of his show, of his podcast. And they DM me and they were like, you backed out of the debate. And I'm like, first of all, it's not a debate. It was going to be an interview. I don't have any interest in doing a debate on my channel. Like, no, we can have a conversation. That's what we can do. And then she was like, you backed out. What a bitch move. Like, what? No. It's just really not frustrating, but it's just so silly that some people can't understand that, like, this is my business. This is absolutely my business, my platform. I'm going to do everything I can to protect it. And like, that's just.
The one irony is with the anti-MLM crew. Now, I don't know who this person is, but the anti-MLM crew, I can't tell you how many people flood my DMs after seeing my content that they shared. And you have to take responsibility by knowing if you have a platform that your fans are going to defend you. So if that's what somebody did on my end, what the anti-MLM crew does is their fans on their behalf come out and just flood the shit. Oh, you're not getting laid. You've got little dick energy. You're small man shit. So you have to condemn that with your own people. So I haven't seen anybody. And I do see the disclaimers in the beginning of some of these anti-MLM people saying, we do not condone, shaming at all. But your people do like crazy. You do. Because it always gets emotional. Because of such a lack of understanding in the industry, everything is emotional.
Listen, like, I'm all about, a petty moment and, poking the bear, but there's a line between like that and then just like wasting your time. And let's be honest, like an interview with him probably would not get that many views on my channel. No offense to him, but.
Okay. So a live stream doesn't work as well. And an interview with me wouldn't get as many views. With the subject matter, so you're not going to debate me or have a conversation with me. It's not a debate. When you have a format that is anti-MLM, 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 why are we not going to debate about the points you are constantly making? You're talking about so many people on your channel that you bring up. You should be debating these people. You should be putting yourself in a position to increase your credibility. You've got one of the biggest anti-MLM platforms. If anything, what you should be doing is you should be attacking these people like me so that the MLM industry says, we need to hire CC Suarez to make sure that our people are vetted properly and we're running a tight ship. But as I've said before, to my knowledge, there's not one person who's been contracted out by a network marketing company to evaluate what works and what doesn't work according to all of their claims.
I just don't think that's really anything that my audience would really love. So I don't know. I wanted to give him, at least the chance, but that didn't work out, and that's fine. That's okay. That happens all the time. So yeah, doesn't mean I backed out or made a bitch move or I was scared. It just means that I know my audience and I respect my business, and I'm going to put my business before just arguing with someone.
Hi, bestie.
So in other words, and those are her words, she does not want to have a conversation with me about the claims she makes because her audience would not react well. That's the story. There's nothing more to talk about. I'll let everybody else make up their minds on this. I don't think she's scared of debating. I just think that she knows that having me on would affect her business and would affect her narrative. So she's going to protect her business. 100% fine with that. I get it. She makes money on stirring up the emotions of people to agree with her. That's all the people in the anti-MLM do. Sadly, it's what people in the network marketing industry do as well. So we did have a conversation behind the scenes where I told her, I said that, I do, Minnie, I responded that Number one, to correct the concept of no one works for me, so nobody's representing me. And number two, yeah, I agree with a lot of them on a lot of stuff. I really do. But the problem is when they continue this, it's like women who are scorned by men who slept with them and don't call them back. So now they're going out man-hating like crazy. That's the analogy I always give when it comes down to the anti-MLM community, because they don't have a lot of their facts correct, or they're just completely skewed. So the debate is not going to happen as of right now, or the conversation isn't going to. I invited her on my platform and she does not want to come on. That's fine. But her audience, if you're watching my stuff coming from there, her view is that it's a waste of your time to have me come on and discuss the claims she's making about the industry. So you make up your mind. That's all it is. There's nothing more to it. And I respect their decision. So we're just going to move on. And I want to make sure that people understand I was invited on debate. I would 100% have a conversation, I would converse, but it's just not going to happen right now. Hope that is pleasant. You guys have a great damn day. And thanks for continuing to support, criticize, comment, and help us grow and change the industry. All right, till the next podcast, this is Dominick Izzo. This is the Bull of MLM, Network Marketing Warfare, and I will see you guys in the next episode.